And then the fifth manifestation is the first wrathful manifestation. So when I told the story of the debate at Nalanda and the 500 Tirthakas being overcome by the 500 Buddhists because they called on Guru Rinpoche, and Guru Rinpoche manifested as lion-faced Dakini. Before manifesting as lion-faced Dakini, he manifested as Senge Dradok, which means the lion's roar. Senge Dradok is this wrathful form of Guru Rinpoche. It looks a lot like Vajrapani. It's very wrathful, blue, intense. And the sound of the Dharma that comes out of his mouth is overwhelming. It makes the whole world tremble. That's Senge Dradok. He's the fifth. The sixth is Soche Dorje, the lake-born Vajra. And this is a form that's very much like Sambhogakaya. He's dressed in silks and ornaments with a crown. He's blue in color, and he's embracing the consort Yeshitogya. And so he's this extraordinary manifestation of Guru Rinpoche, which is non-dual. It's the male and the female as one. He's not holding the Kadvanga as a symbol of the consort. He's actually embracing the Dakini in union with the Dakini. That's Soche Dorje. And then the seventh is Sakya Senge, or Shakya Senge, who is the lion of the lotus, of the Shakya clan. So the same clan that gave birth to Shakyamuni, who's the jewel of the Shakya clan, gave birth to Shakya Senge. And this is the form of Guru Rinpoche that is a pure monk. He's the disciplined monk, the monk that's detached from any of the desires of the world. So after all these manifestations, there's this form of Shakya Senge, this purity, this discipline, this detachment. And then the final form, the final manifestation, is Guru Dorje Drolo. This is the ultimate wrath of Padmasambhava. Guru Dorje Drolo manifests all of the aspects of wrath. He's riding on the back of a pregnant tigress. You know, a pregnant tigress is extremely protective. She's very fierce and ferocious. Anybody who comes near her, ripped to shreds. And in fact, under her claws are the bodies of beings who represent ignorance that she is ripping to shreds. So there's this pregnant tigress, fierce and ferocious, ripping beings to shreds underneath her claws. And riding on her back is Guru Dorje Drolo. And this is this form, they say it's the only one that actually manifested in Tibet. So the other forms came to Tibet or were manifest in other locations. This form manifested in Tibet. This is because Tibet was such a wild region, such a wild place. The energies and the spirits of Tibet were so overwhelming and so powerful that for Guru Rinpoche to subdue them, he had to manifest this ultimately wrathful form. So this ultimately wrathful form, they say he's maroon in color. His hair is unruly. It's like dreadlocks because it's completely uncontrived, completely unmodified. He never touches it. He never combs it. It just dreads out. And he's dressed as a Tibetan. He's wearing the felt boots. He's wearing the robes like a Tibetan. He's biting his lip like that until there's blood coming. This was something that the Tibetan Kampa warriors used to do. Would freak out anybody that they faced because they'd see these guys coming towards them like until there was blood coming out, and they were like, how are we going to fight that? So he's got his boots on, so he's always ready to move. He's not even paying attention to anything about vanity. His hair's in dreadlocks. He's biting his lower lip until blood comes to cause terror in anyone that's around him. He's holding this 9-pronged Vajra up to the sky to completely subdue any planetary influences, to completely subdue all of the influences of other worlds and other beings. And down with his left hand he's holding the Vajra, the Vajra Purba, Vajra Kalaya. The Kalaya is the 3-pointed blade. He's holding a meteorite iron Kalaya. And out of his fingertips and out of the Kalaya are all of these meteorite iron scorpions. And they are flooding out of him. And they are completely destroying and devouring all spirits of the earth, all spirits of the underworld, all negative spirits, all spirits who are obstacles to Dharma practice. So there he is. Nothing can stand in the face of that. He's the guru of ultimate wrath. And So it was in this form that Guru Rinpoche was actually able to conceal many termas with Yeshe Tsogyal, because the power was so great. They could put termas directly into stone. They could put termas into the earth. They could, like as if it were butter. They could hide termas wherever, in statues, in shrines, in the possession of spiritual beings, into the elements themselves, or even into the minds of disciples. They could hide all of these treasure teachings. Because Guru Rinpoche taught all the teachings of the Buddha that were from the past. He taught all the teachings of the Tantra, which is what Buddhism's teachings had evolved into in India before he came to Tibet. Then he also taught all these teachings that no one was quite ready for. And his 25 close disciples held these teachings. And he predicted to each of them when they would be able to reveal them in the future, when they would benefit beings the most. Whether he hid them in a physical location, in a cave, in a shrine, in a temple, in a lake, in the sky, in the possession of a spiritual being, no matter where he hid them, he would tell one of his students, in so many lifetimes, when your name is such and such, you'll reveal this treasure because it will benefit beings. And the same with the ones that he concealed in their mind. It's as if he concealed it on a level of their mind that they weren't even at yet, but they would be at in many lifetimes. And when they got to that level, the teachings open. So this is how he concealed the treasure teachings. And it was mostly in this form. Some people say it was all in this form of Guru Dorje Drolo. So this was his final manifestation as a body, as a being on the planet. After this, he left for the Pure Realm.